Let me tell you something fundamental about human nature: we are social creatures. We thrive on belonging, on validation, and on the sense of purpose that comes from being valued by others. This is deeply ingrained in our biology. But here's the paradox: this very need for approval often makes us weak. It drives us to seek validation, to overthink criticism, and to tiptoe around relationships, becoming passive, uncertain, and even submissive. You want to break free from that? Start here. Understand the nature of relationships as an exchange of value. Let me explain. Think about it. Any relationship, whether it's professional, social, or intimate, is rooted in mutual benefit. It's not just about money or tangible resources, it's also about emotional connection, shared goals, and psychological fulfillment. When you find yourself obsessing over someone's approval or feeling crushed by their judgment, ask yourself this critical question: what do I actually need from this person? If the answer is nothing, then why let their opinion matter? Picture this: you're walking down the street, and a complete stranger glances at you disapprovingly. Does it ruin your day? Of course not. They hold no significance in your life. They can't offer you anything you need. Their judgment is irrelevant. Now let's take it deeper. When you crave someone's validation, you're often placing them on a pedestal because you believe they possess something you lack, whether that's status, recognition, or connection. But if you can train yourself to see relationships through the lens of value exchange, you'll realize a profound truth: the power dynamic shifts entirely when you recognize that your worth isn't dependent on their approval. This isn't about becoming selfish or transactional. It's about freeing yourself from unnecessary emotional weight so you can evaluate relationships with clarity. If someone's criticism offers actionable insight, great. Use it to refine your approach. If it doesn't, move on without hesitation. Why waste energy on baseless opinions when that energy could be spent building something meaningful? Here's the bottom line: when you stop being emotionally entangled in every interaction, you can focus on the one thing that actually matters: developing undeniable competence. Because, let's face it, nothing silences judgment more effectively than results. Think about the people you admire most. Are they free because they never face criticism? Of course not. They're free because they built something so solid, so unmistakably valuable, that no one can deny it. If someone doesn't acknowledge your worth, it's likely because they see no value in the exchange. That's their perspective, not your reality. And here's the kicker: the only opinion that ultimately matters is your own. Build a feedback loop within yourself that aligns with your goals, not with the fleeting validation of others. When you do this, you develop what I call unconditional self-confidence. This isn't arrogance. It's the result of seeing yourself as your own greatest asset, a mindset where your self-worth isn't outsourced to anyone else. This doesn't mean the journey will be easy. It will be uncomfortable to face criticism without overreacting, to embrace temporary failures, and to keep moving forward when others doubt you. But that discomfort? That's the price of freedom. And freedom is worth every ounce of effort. So here's your challenge: stop bending to the weight of others' expectations. Stop letting their judgments distort your path. Start building the skills, knowledge, and resilience that make your value undeniable. Because when you control your own value, you control your own destiny. This is how you shed weakness. This is how you find strength. This is how you start walking the road to true independence. Let me know, what's one step you'll take today to start reclaiming your power? Drop it in the comments.